I'm Dr. Steve Neiheisel, Chairman of the Political Science Department at St. Mary's University in San Antonio, Texas. The question posed to me is, why do Americans vote? Let me offer you 5 reasons. The first is what we call civic duty. Civic duty means that as citizens of a Republican form of government, which means we are responsible for electing our officials, electing the people who will conduct our public business, that we must participate in the system by voting, by thinking about the issues, by casting good, thoughtful votes in order to elect the best people who will make the best decisions on our behalf. It also means, civic duty means that we certainly benefit from what the government does in terms of offering services like roads and bridges and schools and police and fire, and therefore as citizens we must do our part. And one of the major ways in which to do our part is to vote. Another reason why Americans vote is because of party loyalty. And you can think of party loyalty like baseball teams or football teams or basketball teams. Some people are Republican, some people are Democrats, and they vote because their parties are running candidates, they support their parties, even perhaps if they don't support those particular candidates 100%, they vote what's called a party ticket, vote for those candidates because they're on, think of it as the same team. About a third of Americans, though, are independents. And so if the second reason, party loyalty, is not enough reason to get people to the polls, what are some other reasons? A third reason why Americans vote is because they are inspired. Maybe they're inspired by a candidate. Maybe they're inspired by a cause. It brings out the best in them. They really respond to what the candidate is saying, and they say, I want to be part of that cause. That candidate speaks for me. I want to support them. And so they'll go to the polls to do that. A fourth reason why Americans vote, and maybe the opposite of being inspired, or perhaps maybe being inspired in a negative way, is that people will vote because they are angry, because they want to protest, because they want to affect change. And they go to the polls and they say, things aren't going well, I don't like the direction the country is going in, my state's going in, my district is going in, and so now's the time for me to vote to either remove people who I don't agree with or to just voice my opinion for things not going particularly well. The fifth and final reason why Americans vote is what we call issue-specific voting. Maybe you, as a potential voter, generally don't think about a lot of candidates or a lot about the political system in general, but you are interested in perhaps human rights, or you're interested in taxes, or you're interested in education. And it just happens to be during that election cycle that those issues are really, really important. Climate change is another one, environmental. And maybe those issues are very, very important to you. So a specific issue might lead you to go to the polls and vote and to cast your opinion for that. So those are the 5 reasons why Americans vote. Civic duty, party loyalty, being inspired by a cause or inspired by a candidate, protest, being angry, wanting change, and then fifth and finally, issue-specific, being motivated to vote for one major issue that they care deeply about. So the main thing, the final thing I want to say to you is that simply voting in American politics is critical because we are responsible for continuing the working of our government. And we as citizens must do our part, and one of the best ways to do that is through voting. Thanks for listening.